haven't shopped clothing in a very long time. My spring and summer wardrobe could use a revamp, and I haven't gone to any of the vintage slash thrift stores around in my area for clothing. So today I'm taking it along with, and hopefully we can find a few pieces. Let's do it. So good. Let's dive into the first store, and trust me, it did not go the way I expected it. This thrift store is typically a small indoor shop, mostly geared towards men. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a quick in and out situation. I figured maybe if I get lucky, I'll find a vintage graffiti, which I wouldn't mind it if it was a men's t-shirt. At one point, I almost didn't go, but boy, am I glad I did. It doesn't happen often, but I showed up right when they were having an outdoor extension, basically a full parking lot takeover. It was so much to see, tons of interesting pieces, cool vendors. The whole scene just fascinated me. I love how all the vendors match the vibe of the part in Nashville that I live in. It felt so authentic, full of character. It was just really cool to see.
You go for like $300.
They're so beautiful.
This is this kind of mesh pattern. It was called like the invisible bathing suit, or like if you look up the James Bond bathing suit, it was a specific style from the 60s.
Because there was different vendors set up outside, the diversity was incredible. Whatever you were looking for, a pair of denim, a graffiti, a hat, even a dress, you could find it. I honestly wanted to buy so much. I seriously had to hold myself back since it was just the first store and I was in a very tight budget. Speaking of budget, the prices were amazing. I'm talking average of $20 a piece, which is really good, especially when you're talking about a vintage Levi or graffitis. Easily priced at low at $50 and up to $80. This spot was definitely a steal. The vibe was everything. I saw so many interesting people, not just the vendors but the shoppers too. It felt like such a creative, relaxed community. Everything was very organized. Each vendor had their own booth, and if you wanted to try things on, you could head onto the Asheville store where there were fitting rooms located. Next up, Black Shag Vintage. This was a 10-minute walk from the previous store, so I did take it because it was nice out. It's funny because I actually spent more time outside chatting with Elizabeth, who had a table of unique pieces, than I did inside the store. And yes, I picked up a little something from her, which I'll show you at the end of this video. I walked in not really knowing what to expect, but I quickly realized that this is one of the most expensive thrift shops I've ever visited. There was a leather jacket priced at almost $1,000. I literally gasped. Now listen, I'm all about supporting small businesses and pay for quality, especially when it comes to unique pieces, but most of these prices were like around $300, which right now is just way too out of my budget. That said, the creation of the pieces were absolutely beautiful. It's definitely the kind of place where if you have a budget or if you're saving for a statement piece, you will find something incredible. A good amount of variety, but focused mostly on a very specific aesthetic, Western 70s rock and roll. Not a huge range across different styles, but still super curated and cool. The vibe was vibey, the 70s cowboy Western rock style, which I don't mind in small doses when it comes to my personal style. Very organized, everything was neatly categorized, and the flow of the store made sense. It was easy to browse. Definitely packed with unique finds. If I had the budget, I would have loved to bring me a few of their standout pieces. Honestly, I didn't dive too deep into the sizing once I saw the price tags, but no worries, I'm planning to go back another time to explore a little more, so stay tuned for that vlog. This last stop, at least for now, was honestly the least exciting for me. I know what you might be thinking, isn't vintage supposed to look old? It is, but hear me out. It wasn't the age of the pieces that threw me off, it was more of the style. Most of the clothing felt outdated in a way and didn't feel charming or unique. Aside from the interesting shoes, nothing really caught my eye. I would say I'll never go back. I might return someday just to check out the shoes and some of the kitchenware, but definitely not a place that will be on top of my list. Before I go, I did ended up picking a few pieces that I want to show you now. So I'm thinking about getting a new pair of denim shorts because the ones that I had previous years just don't flatter my current body the way I like. I wasn't really planning on buying any, but then I came across this pair and wow, they fit me like $1,000,000. I know they're not tight around my thighs, but also not super airline, so they're a bit more versatile when styling with my summer tops. They are vintage Levi's, which is already a win, and I think they're originally long jeans that someone turned into shorts. I love the DIY hem and the casual vibe. Super waterable. These are the denims after washing them. Surprisingly, they got even bigger. I think my body did change a bit since last week, believe it or not. But I do not mind that they are a little loose because I do like my denims in a comfortable size, especially for the warmer months. You don't want anything digging into your skin. These are perfect for what I want them. The other pair of denims that I do have from Levi's are not vintage, but I do love them too. They're more A-line and they're also in a darker wash, so these are more practical because they don't go wide on my hips, which is something that I do not like because I do have a pear body shape, and so I don't like when my clothing emphasize the bottom half, which is the heaviest for me. But all in all, I do really like them, and I'm getting ready to wear them because it is starting to get warmer. Even if it's a little chilly, I do like the combo. Just a position of something short like shorts and a little shirt in as well, just like I have right now. But this is it for the shorts. Next, this vest top. I've been intentionally looking for something like this, and when I spotted it, I knew I had to try it on. I'm trying not to move a whole lot because my floors are very squeaky. This is a vest after washing it. Even though I use cold water, it did shrink a little, but that's normal. Hopefully it stretched because it is pulling from my chest. I have this lightly padded bra. It's just exaggerate my boobs, so I do not think I'm gonna be wearing with a bra like this, but more so maybe like a tank top, especially because this button not really secure. I'm gonna do a DIY and kind of close up a little bit the holes because I don't want it to just pop even if I'm wearing a tank top underneath it, if I want it to stay like this. But I do really like it. I like the idea of wearing it by itself with shorts just like this, and or layer up if it gets colder. This was not on my wish list, but every time I see a graffiti, especially if it is vintage, I like to grab it if you check all my boxes. This one does because it has the brown neutral tones with the pop of color with the red. Very simple, it's neutral, but it has a pop of something. I love the fit of it because those little oversized is not overly oversized on my petite frame, and so it's relaxed, but the sleeve fits nicely on my frame. And I just, as soon as I saw that, I knew I had to get it. I don't have anything that is graphic and vintage and brown in my wardrobe, so I knew it was gonna be the right fit. I love the length of it, obviously. Well, sometimes I do leave it out like this depending on what I'm wearing at the bottom. If I were to wear it with shorts like this, I would tuck it to the side just to have a little bit of figure. And finally, this bracelet, it felt like a little gem. Miss Elizabeth, the vendor I mentioned earlier from the second store, told me that it was made by Native American artisans over 20 years ago, and that did not symbolize his love. Thank you so much. It's beautiful, simple, but yeah. Yes. And this one is silver, you said? It is. She asked me who the other half of the bracelet represents in my life, and I say, I don't know yet. And she smiled and loved that I said yet, and we just kept talking from there. She was such a lovely soul. Of course, I had to buy it. This is it after cleaning it. It did get a little more shiny and clean, obviously, but I love how it goes with my stack that I have already because it has the two tones. It's more versatile, and I never thought I was gonna like something like this as much, but I do like it. It is in the heavier size, so it's not an everyday bracelet, but I do like the casual look of it, and I will be wearing it for sure a lot, especially during the colder months because I don't like to sweat on my jewelry that is not 100% gold. And this one, though, I believe this is silver. I did wash it with jewelry solution and it got much cleaner, and I really like it. Given that how old it is probably real silver underneath and this, but I really like it. This is actually part 1 of a 3 series that I'm working on, so if you like this video, definitely stay tuned because I've got more shops to explore and more gems or fails to share. If you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment with your favorite find or spot, and let me know if there is any shop that I need to check out next, and of course hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this series. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the next one very soon. Bye!